What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew? This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining us here today, Lions Talk Live, and yet it sounds like it's becoming a broken record. Another day, another situation, another Detroit Lions player on the sideline because you know what? They're injured once again. I don't know what to make of it. You don't know what to make of it. We all don't know what to make of it. What I can say is this is the craziest season I've ever seen in this regards. The fact you're 12-2 probably needs to be a testament to the training staff, the medical staff, the recovery staff. I don't know who you want to give some praise to, but whatever you can say, the Detroit Lions have the injury bug, and it's not just a bug. It is a full-blown pandemic at this point. It is spreading everywhere. In case you do not know, earlier today, Aleem McNeil was ruled out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. It has been also since confirmed that Carlton Davis more likely is going to be out the rest of this season because he's got a broken jaw that's going to require surgery. Now, on top of all that, stop me when you heard this before, there's another Lions player out. And yes, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail for this one, it does appear that David Montgomery is going to be out potentially the rest of this season with a sprained MCL. The injuries keep mounting, and I don't know what to say as a coach. At some point, you can only say next man up so much before you can just say there's nobody left. The good thing for the Detroit Lions offense is they're pretty deep at the running back position. Gibbs, obviously one of the NFL's best running backs, should take advantage of this situation, I would assume, and then maybe Sion Vaki, Craig Reynolds fill in to a degree. Could David Montgomery still return? It's possible. Nothing has been ruled one way or the other at this point. So I'll just say this. The Lions, I think, are going to go into Chicago almost in a must-win game. If I'm them at that point, man, maybe I just shut it down for San Francisco and then just put all my cards on the table into that Minnesota Vikings game. Because as you guys know, you get the NFC North. You do go ahead and get the home field advantage for the first round. I guess you could say, hey, if you win out all three, you do get a first-round bye, so you get to rest some of these injured guys. Could it be possible that Carlton Davis returns? The suggested time frame for recovery from that is 6 weeks. So if I'm not mistaken, and don't hold me to this math, but that would probably put him right around the NFC Championship game. Emmanuel Mosley, it would be my anticipation, is going to fill in that regard, take over for that spot. We'll have to wait and see. The running back position, like I was saying earlier, I think the good part for David Montgomery is you can kind of fill in for him. The Lions haven't had a ton of injuries on the offensive side, but we are starting to see some emerge in recent weeks. You can see it on the offensive line. You can see it on the defensive line. You can see it the running backs. You can see it the linebackers. You can see it in the secondary. Let's go real quick because now there are 20 Detroit Lions placed on injured reserve. Let's go through the list in case you somehow have missed that. Aiden Hutchinson, broken leg. Aleem McNeil, knee, ACL. Kyle Pico, pectoral muscle. Marcus Davenport, triceps. John Kaminsky, MCL. Mekhi Wingo, knee, unspecific what the injury is there. Nate Lynn, shoulder. That's all I got there on that one. David Badia, Achilles. Alex Anzalone, broken arm. Derek Barnes, a PCL and MCL. Jalen Reeves-Maben, shoulder/neck. Malcolm Rodriguez, ACL. Carlton Davis, fractured jaw. Enos Rakestraw, hamstring. Kalia Dorsey, ankle. I think that's a polite way to put it. Ife Melifonwu, broken finger. Really doesn't seem like that big a deal compared to some of these other guys with broken finger. Khalif Raymond, foot. Antoine Green with a head injury. Yes, significant brain injury. If you guys remember that early on. Connor Gavin, knee. Nate Mutai, shoulder. Michael Badgley blew out his hamstring, if you remember, real early in training camp. This team has the fact that they're 12-2 with that laundry list of guys on the IR. It's impressive. It's impressive. They're still in the running for the number 1 seed, let alone the division. What's going to happen from here? I guess that's everybody's big question here. Hopefully the Lions get some good news, but man, you're losing guys at an accelerated rate in recent weeks. What can they do to survive it? I mean, yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on the running back, cornerback. I think it's just going to be Rakestraw when he comes back, and then Emmanuel Mosley. Hey, he's going to have to step in, and hopefully he can last the rest of the regular season for us because we're going to need him. Defensive line, you're just going to have to, hey, you're going to have to Scooby-Doo it. You're going to have to find a way to get guys out there and get them to stay healthy. All right, I'm not going to make this a long video. You guys have probably had enough of it between yesterday's game and then all this so far today. George, what the heck is going on? Yeah, that's a great question, man. It's like I've covered this team. I started covering, I want to say in 89 with a high school newspaper. Then 91, I want to say I started covering my college newspaper. And by 93 or 4, I was working for the Kalamazoo Gazette, etc. And then, shortly thereafter, other newspapers / publications. And I've just never seen anything like this. Not just with the Lions, but I can't think of another NFL team that has had this kind of rash of injuries. I mean, it's almost like you got to cut off the arm to save the rest of the body from it. Miles Margaret Jeepers, I'll go with that. Jess, this is unreal. You're not wrong. George, it's just crazy. It is, man. I can't ever find something of comparison to this. Dennis, it's not good. I'll go with that. It stinks. Los Angeles Vikings fans are celebrating our injuries and think we are frauds for losing to an MVP quarterback. It happens, man. I mean, if you're facing the Detroit Lions, you got to love it because they once looked unbeatable. Now, I hate to say it, but they, one side of that ball is pretty depleted. Lone Wolf, 53-man roster, 20 of them on the IR. You're not wrong. Daniel, if something wrong with conditioning, there's got to be, I mean, in this offseason, I'm guessing they got to do a deep dive evaluation of what the heck is going on. Art, they say faith can move mountains. You're going to have some good faith here. And it doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom. I want to be clear on that. It doesn't mean these other guys can't do some things, but you're also going to have to, if you're Aaron Glenn, you're going to have to put these guys in advantageous situations. And I think the offense too, you have to understand you're going to have to score points. It's going to put some pressure on those guys, but there's no way around it, I think, at this point. Daniel, are they being pushed too hard? We'll have to wait and see, man. I just don't know. Reds, let's go. The season isn't over, but we have to be realistic. The Super Bowl dream is probably done. Let's hope we can have a Cinderella story. Matt, I'm rethinking Dan's hitting early in camp speech from Hard Knocks. All right, yeah, well, Broski Bear, I'm going to have to ban you for the 29th account out there. All right, so sorry, Broski. You keep coming in with all the, man, how do you keep, dude, do you have I just had to ban you twice on the same account. So if I'm going to have to go and look, but that's like 7 accounts you have. Chris Foster, Broski Bear. It's just crazy. How bored in life are you, man? Let's see, 2024 season, correct? I'll go with that. Hi, Broski, it is. Let's see, Keith. The Vikings and other teams that are praying for our downfall get what is coming to them. Yeah, they might just, man, 100%. But you know what? I'm going to think positive. I'm going to think the Lions are going to beat the Bears, beat the 49ers, and yes, beat the Minnesota Vikings at the end of the season. That's where my mind's going to go. All right, guys, if there's still more breaking news today, I'll get it over to you as soon as possible. No, I'm not going to do a new video just on Carlton Davis. That news came out in between. Let's see, Ali McNeil and Dave Montgomery. And, yeah, I'll just tell you right now, he's out on the IR because he's getting jaw surgery. So, all right, take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. See you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Excuse me, sir, would you... Donations to Reverend Moon? Juice for Jesus?
Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism?
Help Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology?
Or nuclear power?